So in Mumbai, there's this incredible courtroom drama playing out. And it's not about some corporate fight or a criminal case. No, this is about the very air that millions of people are breathing every single day. The Bombay High Court has just thrown down a stunning ultimatum. And the city's top officials, well, they are squarely in the hot seat.
And that brings us to the central and, frankly, kind of unbelievable question at the heart of all this. Can a court actually stop a top city official's salary because of bad air? It sounds extreme, right? But that's the powerful threat that's now on the table. So let's break down how we even got here.
All right, first up, the court's drastic proposal. You can tell pretty quickly that patience in this courtroom has completely run out. The court dropped an absolute bombshell. It proposed stopping the salaries of the municipal commissioners for both Mumbai and Navi Mumbai. And these are the top dogs, the heads of the civic bodies that run these massive cities. This wasn't just a slap on the wrist. This was a direct shot at their leadership.
And listen, this wasn't just some off-the-cuff remark in the heat of the moment. The Chief Justice made sure these words were entered into the official court record, making it a formal, documented proposal. The language is crystal clear. It's a direct, recorded threat from the highest court in the state.
So why would a court take such a drastic step? Well, that brings us to the accusations of inaction. This all comes from a deep, deep frustration over what the judges saw as months of just nothing. Months of negligence and a failure to act by the city authorities. I mean, the court used some incredibly strong language here, accusing the Navi Mumbai Municipal Corporation of belligerent disregard. That's a serious charge. It was triggered because the commissioner was supposed to file a personal affidavit, a sworn legal statement, but instead he sent a city engineer. The court saw that as a major dereliction of duty.
This contrast really gets to the heart of the conflict. On one hand, you have what the court expected, proactive, genuine, and sincere efforts to tackle pollution. But on the other hand, you have what they felt they were actually getting, authorities who only seemed to do something after a court order forced their hand. And by then, it was just too little, too late. The Chief Justice did not mince words at all. He looked right at the Brihan-Mumbai Municipal Corporation, the BMC, and basically said, "Your own report proves our point." He argued their status update showed they were just being reactive, not proactive. The message was loud and clear. We are not here to do your job for you.
So as you can imagine, the hearing itself was incredibly tense. We're talking sharp exchanges back and forth between the judges and the city's lawyers.
Now, the BMC's lawyer, he tried to defend their record. He presented a report showing they'd issued over 800 show cause notices to construction sites that were breaking pollution rules. His argument was essentially, hey, look, we are taking action.
But the Chief Justice? He was completely unimpressed. His comeback was basically, that's not an achievement, that's your job. He made it clear that just doing their basic duty wasn't enough. And then he doubled down, warning the lawyer that his boss, the BMC chief, could see his salary stop too.
The pressure wasn't just coming from the judges either. An NGO called Van Shakti, which was there representing citizen interests, jumped in to argue that individual officers needed to be held personally accountable for the city's terrible air quality.
Their lawyer brought the human cost of all this right into the courtroom. He asked this incredibly powerful question. What about the people, the senior citizens, the children who are suffering every day from breathing this foul air? Who's going to compensate them? This really connected the legal fight to the public's health.
And to add even more weight to that argument, the amicus curiae, that's an impartial lawyer appointed to help the court, presented this staggering statistic. Over 500 construction sites were found to be operating without the required air quality monitors. This was just concrete proof of widespread rule breaking.
Now, holding back salaries wasn't the only tool the court was thinking about using. The judges were also looking at another powerful way to force some change, hitting them with massive financial penalties.
The court strategy was pretty straightforward. It told the Maharashtra Pollution Control Board and the BMC to go get extra legal powers so they could start imposing enormous fines on anyone who breaks the rules, especially in the construction industry.
And when we say enormous, we are not kidding. The court suggested a fine range starting at 5 lakh rupees, which is about 6,000 US dollars, all the way up to 5 crore rupees. That's over $600,000. Yeah, those are the kinds of penalties that are designed to get your attention fast.
This quote really explains the whole philosophy behind it. The Chief Justice is framing pollution as a socioeconomic offense.
And the goal is to make breaking environmental laws so ridiculously expensive that, to put it simply, crime just doesn't pay. It's a classic strategy of deterrence.
So, with threats being made and all these arguments being heard, the big question became, what now? Where do we go from here? Well, the timeline is incredibly tight. This big hearing with the ultimatum happened on January 23rd. The court gave the authorities just a few days, until January 27th, to get their act together for the next hearing, where it promised to start passing detailed orders. The clock is definitely ticking.
And it's so important to remember, this isn't just talk. The court made sure to officially record its proposal to stop the Navi Mumbai commissioner's salary. That threat is now formally on the table for the next hearing, and it could easily be extended to the Mumbai commissioner too.
And this was the court's final, pretty chilling warning. The Chief Justice just said it plainly. What we've recorded, we will not take back. He's signaling that the court means business and fully intends to follow through if it doesn't see real, immediate action.
So that leaves us with the ultimate question. After years of debates and very slow progress, the court has finally drawn a line in the sand. Is threatening an official's paycheck finally going to be the shock to the system that Mumbai needs to clear its air? The whole city is holding its breath to find out.